With NFL Network now on the Westwood One Radio Network. The Browns are one of several teams holding organized team activities this week, and a new class of rookies is bringing fresh optimism to a franchise that tied for the worst record in the NFL last season. Rookie running back Quinshon Judkins says he's confident he can help change the organization, adding, quote, "I know what it takes to win." Judkins helped lead Ohio State to a national championship last year. And Arizona's second-year wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. also feeling good about his team's chances in 2025. Harrison says, quote, "From top to bottom, the quarterback, offensive line, skill positions, I think we have everything we need to accomplish our goals." And Rams safety Quentin Lake is setting big expectations for Matthew Stafford in the offense this season, telling NFL Network's The Insiders, quote, "It's going to be kind of reminiscent of the greatest show on turf," referring to the high-powered Rams offense led by Kurt Warner from 1999 to 2001. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED, because millions of men experience it. But not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. HIMS can help. Through HIMS.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to HIMS.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said GoodRx saved a lot of money, saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx users are compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
It is a Tuesday. You ready? Okay, Tuesday, the 27th day of May, 2025. I know it feels like a Monday, but let's get ready for a Tuesday. So we mentioned Universal's Epic Universe. How about Paramount? Yes, creating something for grown-ups. Paramount is creating an immersive Top Gun experience in Las Vegas. Yeah, the Top Gun experience will be a combination of rides, storytelling, and jet simulators. Yeah, there's also the hard deck bar featured in Top Gun, promising live piano sing-alongs. I'm wondering, is that a promise or could that be a threat? Okay. You're ready to sign up?
Yeah, I wonder, are they going to do the volleyball montage?
I don't know. It's rides, storytelling, and jet simulators.
All right.
Okay, in Las Vegas, so pretty much anything goes, right? Oh, boy. Anyway, and new research out of Australia, it's found that those with high fitness levels had a lower risk of complications from poor health. Yeah, the study points out that if you do a lot of huff and puff exercise, your risk of dying early is reduced by about 20%. I'm wondering here, does huffing and puffing while eating glazed donuts count? Yeah,
gotta remember to breathe.
My specialty.
Yeah.
Okay, it is a Tuesday. We mentioned that again. Trust you had a good weekend.
It was a long one.
Yes.
Went
good. By very quickly.
It always does.
Yeah. Oh, well. Anyway, birthdays today. Are you ready?
Birthday time.
Okay. Our big shot birthdays. Let's see. Actor Lee Merriweather is 90. Actor Bruce Weitz, 82. Singer Bruce Cockburn, 80. Actor Richard Schiff is 70. Singer Susie Sue of Susie Sue and the Banshees, 68. Actor Perry Gilpin from Frasier, 64. Phil Silvers' little girl. Comedian Phil Silvers, remember? Actor Kathy Silvers is 64. Comedian Adam Carolla, 61. Actor Todd Bridges, 60. Actor Dondre Whitfield, 56. Actor Paul Bettany, 54. Actor Jack McBrayer, 52. Actor Ben Feldman, 45. Actor Darren Brooks, 41. Actor Chris Colfer, 35. Actor Ethan Dampf, 31. Actor Desiree Ross, 26. Local birthdays coming up.
Enter to win a $50 gift certificate from 360 Business Product. No purchase necessary, and you need not be present to win. Simply log on to kxoradio.com. Click on the 360 Business Products Enter to Win giveaway link with your name, email address, or phone number, and you're entered. Or call Kxo Radio 760-352-1230 with your name, address, and phone number. Your $50 value gift certificate can be redeemed for office products from 360 Business Products. Winner can win once a year. Winner to be announced end of every month.
Congratulations to local artist Marco Bejarano, the $50 gift certificate winner for April.
And our local birthdays today: Brianna Avina, Anna Osuna, Fido Alanis, Mike Johnson, Ramona De La Rosa, Maricela Marie Cano, Camila Martinez, Danielle McNish, Hector Munoz, Juan Anguiano, Ted Turner, Michael Medesinka, Ruben Reyes, Luis Pandoro, Brianna Juarez, and Gabe Lemos. Celebrating a birthday today. Okay, that's our list. Gabe will be here wearing a party hat and with one of those little party horns, you know, with the streamers coming out. So something to look forward to. And I'm sure Gabe will bring, he'll bring cake and ice cream for everybody. That's just the kind of guy Gabe is, right?
But it'll be half eaten.
Yeah, well, that's just the kind of guy that Gabe is.
You got to pay the tax, the Gabe tax. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. A Georgia man, Nick Wallace, has been named the U.S. Bartender of the Year in the Bartenders Guild competition in Atlanta last week. The 38-year-old now plans to take part in the global finals this fall. I had no idea the journey to be Johnny Depp's personal bartender was so competitive. Bartender of the Year. Okay. I'm a good bartender. What goes into scotch and soda? Let me think. I'm not sure. Okay. We've been talking about theme parks, right? I mentioned the Universal's Epic Universe and Paramount with their Top Gun experience in Las Vegas. Well, looking back in history, on this date in 1969, construction began on Walt Disney World Park in Florida. I understand they broke ground at 7 a.m. By 8 a.m., there was already a line for Space Mountain. So we've got news and such, local news. We will give you a weather update in depth, take a look at sports, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So let's get started with a look at World and California news headlines, brought to you by the Imperial County Air Pollution Control District, delivering real-time updates about the air that we breathe.
CBS News Brief. The Trump administration is moving to end all of Harvard's federal contract over allegations of anti-Semitism and race discrimination. CBS's Stacey Lynn.
CBS News obtained a copy of a letter being sent to federal agencies today instructing them to review the current contracts to determine if they're not critical, and also tells the agencies to find alternative vendors for future services.
Consumer confidence for May much stronger than expected, with Americans optimistic about trade deals. The Dow's up 474 after the president delayed EU tariffs to allow more time for negotiations. White House advisor Kevin Hassett.
There can be progress, but we need a lot more progress.
Capricorn Clark, former assistant to Sean Combs, is expected to testify at his sex trafficking trial today. CBS's Katrina Kaufman.
Combs' assistants were so close to him and have really shared significant details about his environment, and she's also important for corroborating a number of stories we've been hearing on the stand.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
The Imperial County Air Pollution Control District delivers real-time information about the quality of the air you breathe. Visit the website at apcd.imperialcounty.gov. imperialvalleyAir.org to stay informed about air quality around the valley. The website also includes information for upcoming meetings, programs, and there's access to the dust cams set up around the valley. Visit apcd.imperialcounty.org today.
California headline news. 2 police officers hospitalized, a 70-year-old man dead after a violent crash in Sun Valley. This woman was nearby.
I just heard the boom, and we came out, and I looked to the left of my house. I looked to the left, there was nothing, and then I looked to the right, and I seen the cop car all smushed.
2 24-year-old officers treated at the hospital. The driver of the other vehicle, a 70-year-old man, died at the scene. A 3-month-old baby dies at an illegal daycare in Royal Oaks, leading to involuntary manslaughter charges against 2 women operating the facility without a license.
Those standards that they have to meet are what give you a little bit more peace of mind that your child is safe at this particular location.
Andy Rosas with the Monterey County Sheriff's Office. The daycare operators, ages 62 and 35, arrested at the scene. No word on how the infant died. 2 copper thieves in custody in San Jose. A man and woman arrested over the weekend after police caught the 2 allegedly cutting down phone lines for copper. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California News headlines brought to you by the Imperial County Air Pollution Control District. Log on to imperialvalleyAir.org and you'll get real-time information about the air that we breathe.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand?
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Meet Barkley. When Barkley smells gas, he leaves fast. When Barkley hears hissing coming from a gas appliance, he leaves fast. When Barkley sees dirt or water shooting from the ground, he leaves fast. Barkley then calls 911 and Southwest Gas from a safe location.
Did that dog just grab a phone and dial 911?
Gas lines can be buried anywhere, so remember to call 911 and Southwest Gas.
And it's page 1 of the local news. Page 1 is a service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They have 3 locations in the valley to serve you. And right now, the works. Complete oil change and filters. Just $69.95 after a mail-in rebate.
County Board of Supervisors, they are to hold a special meeting today. Here's George Gale.
It is being held today in closed session. Supervisors will discuss the executive officer position as well as significant exposure to litigation. In open session, a board will declare June 3rd of this year a dark day. They will not be meeting on that day. Supervisors are also expected to ratify a letter to Governor Gavin Newsom opposing a potential closure of the Calipatria State Prison. They will also discuss supporting the Imperial County Probation and Corrections Peace Officers Association for their annual golf tournament fundraiser with $3,000 from the community benefit account. A meeting will end by announcing any action taken during the closed session. For Kxo Local News, I'm George Gale.
2 people injured in a Friday night traffic accident. The accident was reported about 7:40 p.m. on State Route 98 and Barbara Worth Road. 2 cars collided, resulting in one of the cars to roll over. 2 people sustained major injuries. One was transported by Mercy Air to Desert Regional Medical Center, and the other by ambulance to El Centro Regional Medical Center. California Highway Patrol is investigating the accident. KXO Local News Time, 7:42.
Before you head out on the road, head into El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. Ask for the works. Trained technicians will change the oil using up to 6 quarts of synthetic blend oil. Change the filter, rotate the tires, top off the fluids, check the belts, hoses, battery, and brakes, all for one low price. It's the works at Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, at El Centro Motors, the Imperial Valley Mall, and the Brawley Auto Center, or with their new mobile service wherever you are.
A ribbon-cutting ceremony will be held today. Here's George Gale with details.
It is for one of two Imperial County Office of Education electric vehicle projects. Today's ceremony is for the completion of the ICOE EV infrastructure project on Sperber Road. Project includes 3 level 2 dual port chargers and 2 level 2 single port chargers. Ceremony starts at 9 o'clock this morning in the ICOE parking lot outside Building E on Sperber Road. For Kxo Local News, I'm George Gale.
Brawley Police launching an education campaign. It is a public education campaign. The Brawley PD is wanting to inform you, the community, about a new change to the California Vehicle Code. Not a challenge. It is designed to enhance pedestrian safety at intersections. At the first of the year, an update to the vehicle code made it illegal to stop, park, or leave a vehicle within 20 feet of the approach side of any marked or unmarked crosswalk, or within 15 feet of a crosswalk where a curb extension is present. To help the public adjust to this change, the Brawley Police Department will conduct a warning citation phase from now through June 21st. During this phase, officers will issue warning citations only for violations of the new law in an effort to educate drivers and promote compliance. Police Chief Jimmy Duran says their goal is not to penalize, but to educate. That's it for page 1 of local news. Page 2 and the weather up next.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They have 3 locations to serve you. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
Don't do it. Don't drive under the influence of any drug. Alcohol and marijuana are the most common drug often found in the blood of drivers involved in car crashes. You are 4 times more likely to get into an accident while drinking and driving. Statistics show that immediately after use of marijuana, 25 to 35% of users become impaired. Driving under the influence of marijuana is a serious criminal offense in every state. Have a designated driver to get you home safe. This message is brought to you by the Imperial County Sheriff's Office and funded by the Cannabis Tax Fund Grant Program.
And page 2 of the local news with a side of weather brought to you by Burgers and Beer. They serve the best burgers in town. Daily lunch specials Monday through Friday and every day happy hour from 3 till 6 p.m.
A pilot program that paid jurors $100 per day has ended. The pilot program, authorized by AB 1981, ended May 19th, 2025. Juror pay in Imperial County will revert to $15 per day with 34 cents per mile traveled. The change comes from Governor's May revised budget. The money not spent by AB 1981 pilot program will be used to offset the state's budget shortfall. Imperial County was one of several counties participating in the program. Yeah, I just got one of those jury duty cards. I guess I'm not getting the $100. SB1 Roads, a workshop and meeting. Imperial County Public Works and City of Imperial are working together. They will be hosting SB1 Roads List Workshop. It'll be held Thursday, May 29th at the Imperial Veterans Hall beginning at 5:30 p.m. Veterans Hall is located at 247 South Imperial Avenue in Imperial. It will give residents an opportunity to provide feedback and help prioritize road repairs funded by Senate Bill 1, a landmark transportation funding measure that is delivering essential revenue to California counties for road and infrastructure improvements. For more information on the workshop, contact County Public Works. And CBP expects a lot of soccer fans this summer. Here's George Gale.
This year's FIFA Club World Cup 2025, a new global cup tournament debuting this year in the United States. Customs and Border Protection encourages travelers to use the agency's available mobile tools to streamline their arrival into the United States. All the information needed is at the CBP website. FIFA World Cup 2026 will also be held in the United States. For Kxo Local News, I'm George Gale.
And the city of El Centro has a survey, and they want you to take it. They are asking all residents to participate. The public survey focuses on downtown El Centro. The city wants to know how residents feel about downtown area and what they would like to see downtown. What do they feel would improve the downtown area? And topics include business and shopping, public safety and maintenance, events and entertainment, design and beautification. Those are your topics. And residents can take the survey through June 4th. And you can take the survey on the City of El Centro website. Yeah, let's beautify downtown El Centro. KXO News Time, 7:48. We'll take a look at local weather. Coming up next.
Hungry for the best burger in town or an ice-cold beer? Did you know that Burgers & Beer has happy hour every day from 3 to 6? Get drink specials all day like Margarita Monday, Tonic Tuesday, Wine Down Wednesday, and Thirsty Thursday. For May specials, try our Pineapple Martini or an ice-cold bottle of Busch Light for $3.99. May plated is a machaca torta. And we now offer a new seasonal dessert, the Churro Ice Cream Sandwich. Burgers & Beer, proudly serving you, your family, and friends since 1985. Open daily starting at 9. Burgers & Beer, for the best burger in town.
The National Weather Service says seasonably hot and dry through the middle of the work week, with highs in the upper 90s to lower 100s. A pattern shift late this week will result in a slight boost in temperatures, with highs peaking around 103 to 105 degrees across the Imperial Valley on Friday, with areas of moderate heat risk developing. An influx of tropical moisture over the weekend may cool temperatures to near normal by Sunday. 102 the high yesterday, 70 the overnight low. Sunny today with a high near 100. East-southeast wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming northwest this afternoon. Clear tonight with a low around 69. Southeast wind 5 miles an hour, becoming west-southwest after midnight. Wednesday will be sunny with a high near 100. East-southeast wind about 5 miles an hour. And right now downtown, 76 degrees, 41% relative humidity, wind out of the south-southwest 325. Air quality moderate in Brawley and Calexico, but it's good everywhere else in the valley. Local news, page 2, brought to you by Burgers & Beer. It's the place for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Bring the family, meet your friends at Burgers & Beer.
Experience the best outlet shopping the Imperial Valley has to offer. The Goodwill Outlet Center at 351 Wake Avenue is where shoppers can find merchandise at greatly reduced prices. Auction registration and product viewing takes place from 7:30 to 8 a.m. with the auction at 8. Don't miss the 15 for $27 sale. Available from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pick out 15 pieces of clothing for only $27. The outlet is open Monday through Saturday, 7:30 to 3 p.m. Items include clothing, linens, shoes, and furniture. After the auction, visit our store for a wonderful, sustainable shopping experience. The store is stocked with name brand clothing, electronics, household goods, furniture, home decor, and more. Every purchase and donation support Goodwill's mission to provide training and employment opportunities to individuals facing barriers to work. Inside the store is Goodwill's newest employment center. Career advisors are ready to assist job seekers at no cost. Visit idgoodwill.org to learn more. Goodwill, making good happen.
Sports Time is brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Hospital, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. NBA action yesterday. The Oklahoma City Thunder have a 3-1 lead over the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Thunder topped the Timberwolves 128-126. Today, it's the Knicks and the Pacers. Indiana leads that series 2-1. And Iga Swiatek got her French Open title defense off to a good start yesterday, recording a straight set victory to reach the second round. And Carlos Alcaraz opened his French Open title defense with a 6-3, 6-4, 6-2 win over Giulio Zappieri, an Italian qualifier who is ranked 310th in the world. Yeah, well, Alcaraz, yeah, it was an easy day.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all of your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Raleigh, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all Pioneer services, visit www.pmhd.org today.
Major League Baseball, Tigers top the Giants 3-1. Brewers nipped the Red Sox 3-2. Cubs over the Rockies 3-1. Orioles won. They beat the Cardinals 5-2. Blue Jays slipped by the Rangers 2-1. Mets nipped the White Sox 2-1. Reds over the Royals 7-4. Dodgers dumped the Guardians 7-2. Same score, Rays over the Twins 7-2. Diamondbacks shut out the Pirates 5-0. It was the Yankees over the Angels 5-1. And Padres edged the Marlins 4-3 in 11 innings. The Padres scored on a walk-off Marlins wild pitch. Doesn't happen often. The Las Vegas Raiders and two-time All-Pro punter A.J. Cole have agreed to a 4-year, $15.8 million contract extension with $11 million guaranteed. The deal makes Cole the highest-paid punter in the NFL. And, there aren't many times you can say Shohei Ohtani is improving. However, the Dodgers superstar is having a great May. And, he's also improving on the mound and getting ready to pitch. That's it for Sports Time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Hospital. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers.
Build your future at CET, the Center for Employment Training. CET has been serving farm workers since 1967. Grants are available so that farm workers and their children can attend at no cost. See if you qualify at cetweb.edu. Farm worker admissions. Enroll at any time. All programs can be completed in under a year. And job placement assistance and financial aid are available to those who qualify. Call 800-533-2519 or go to cetweb.edu. The future is in your hands.
And a look at financial news brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you, your home, your business, your construction site, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Well, stocks are picking up a bit today after President Trump did a 180-degree turn on his threat to place a massive 50% tariff on goods imported from the European Union. Investors cheered in their first day of trading since Trump yesterday delayed EU tariffs until July 9th. He had initially said they would go into effect next week. U.S. markets were closed for Memorial Day yesterday, so today, first chance for Wall Street to react since the on-again, off-again tariffs went off again. Now, if that seems familiar, that's because this narrative continues to play out over and over again during the Trump administration. The president continues to threaten tariffs. Markets react, sometimes severely, and the president often walks back his pledge, giving markets a sigh of relief. And a partnership has been announced between U.S. Steel and Japanese steelmaker Nippon that President Trump says will keep the headquarters in Pittsburgh and draw $14 billion in investment toward the U.S. economy. This will be a planned partnership between the United States Steel and Nippon Steel, which will create at least 70,000 jobs and add $14 billion to the U.S. economy. The bulk of that investment will occur in the next 14 months, according to Trump's post on Truth Social. Former President Joe Biden blocked the $14.3 billion acquisition of U.S. Steel by Nippon during his last week in office. The deal has been controversial since it was first announced in December of 2023, with both sides of the political aisle opposing foreign control of a once key component of U.S. industrial might that has fallen on hard times. So where is the market right now? Well, we do see green as indexes rise after the pause button hit on the EU tariff threat. The Dow currently up 517 points at 42,120. The S&P 500 up 91 points at 58.93. The NASDAQ up 359 points at 19,095. And with that, gold off $48.20 an ounce. Oil is down 75 cents a barrel. Buy now.
Southwest Security has been protecting properties 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, right here in the Imperial Valley and Coachella Valley. The mission has always been to protect your property, whether it's your home, business, or construction site. Your satisfaction is their number one priority. Make that phone call today to protect your property by calling Southwest Security at 760-970-4500. That's 760-970-4500. And don't forget about Southwest Postal, your one-stop shipping center. Plus, they offer you 24-hour mailbox rental located at the corner of Heil and 4th Street in El Centro.
We'll have sunny skies today with a high near 100. East-southeast wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming northwest this afternoon. Clear tonight with a low around 69. Southeast wind 5 miles an hour, becoming west-southwest after midnight. Wednesday will be sunny with a high near 100. East-southeast wind about 5 miles an hour. 77 degrees, 42% relative humidity. Wind out of the south-southeast 325. Air quality moderate in Brawley and Calexico. It's good everywhere else in the valley. Financial news and the weather brought to you by Southwest Postal Service, the only postal box service offering 24-hour a day, 365 days a year service. Southwest Postal, 4th and Heil, El Centro.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO. Well, KXO.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by T-Mobile Business Advantage.
I'm Steve Kathan. The Trump administration's made a new move against Harvard University as it looks to cancel all remaining financial contracts with the school worth about $100 million. Earlier, it ended $2.6 billion in research grants.
Harvard President Alan Garber told NPR while he acknowledges there's work to be done on campus, he struggles to find a link.
Why cut off research funding? Sure, it hurts Harvard, but it hurts the country.
He said institutions need to double down on their commitment to the good of the nation and
be firm in our commitments to what we stand for.
On Truth Social yesterday, President Trump even floated a new plan to give the money stripped from Harvard to trade schools. Stacey Lynn, CBS News, Washington.
And CBS's Aaron Navarro tells us National Public Radio has filed a lawsuit designed to block the Trump order that looks to cut off its federal funding.
In that lawsuit, NPR writes the order's objectives cannot be clear. It aims to punish NPR for the content of news and other programming the president dislikes and chill the free exercise of First Amendment rights.
Overseas, police in Liverpool, England, say the driver of a van that hit celebrating soccer fans yesterday is now being held on suspicion of attempted murder. Assistant Chief Constable Jenny Sims.
The driver of the Ford Galaxy car involved was able to follow an ambulance onto Water Street after the roadblock was temporarily lifted so that the ambulance crew could attend to a member of the public who was having a suspected heart attack.
Now to Louisiana, where 3 additional inmates were captured from the group of 10 that escaped from a New Orleans lockup more than a week ago. CBS New Orleans reporter Lily Cummings.
We also learned that a 13th person was arrested for allegedly helping one of those inmates. She faces charges of principal to aggravated escape and obstruction of justice.
2 escaped inmates are still on the loose. In Arkansas, there's a manhunt for a former sheriff who was serving time for murder and rape. Officials say the man donned a mock officer's clothing and walked out of prison. In New York, CBS's Katrina Kaufman reports Capricorn Clark, a former assistant to Sean Combs, is testifying today at his sex trafficking trial.
Combs' assistants were so close to him and have really shared significant details about his environment, and she's also important for corroborating a number of stories we've been hearing on the stand.
U.S. Supreme Court's rejected an appeal from Apaches who want to halt a big copper mining project on federal land in Arizona they hold sacred. Wall Street's. Right now, the Dow is up 523 points. This is CBS News.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. Get the savings you want on America's largest 5G network. Visit T-Mobile.com/choice55 and start saving today.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power Charge that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/55 to learn more. It's 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
At least 5 people have died, 19 injured in a chemical plant explosion in eastern China. 6 others missing. The company that makes pesticides as well as medical chemicals. The blast was strong enough to knock out the windows at a storage warehouse more than 2 miles away. On the Health Watch, there's news today on skin cancer.
An analysis by Cancer Research UK found 4 in 10 melanomas in men are found on the torso, including the back, chest, and stomach. But more than a third of women develop skin cancer on their lower limbs, from the hips to the feet. Logical, really, since men are likelier than women to be out in the sun shirtless, while women tend to wear shorts or skirts as the weather gets warmer. Vicki Barker, CBS News, London.
Lilo and Stitch stormed the weekend box office, taking in more than $145 million on opening weekend. Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, was a distant second. I'm Steve Kathan, CBS News.
You've got Carroll Buckley with the best oldies on the radio.
I don't like it. I love it.